Okay.
How could you turn that off?
It took a lot of willpower.
Oh man, it was so good.
Betsy, that of one of the Baltimore movies, Diner, there where the guy's in the car with an one of the guy's fathers, and he's getting ready to get out of the car, and he goes, "No, you can't." Frank is singing as a song, before he gets out of the car. What I love about this is that there are basically two verses. That's it.
Yeah.
Verses, and it's a reverse engineering of the way big bands worked. In this case, the lyrics came right at you after the organ intro, and then there was all of this instrumental. With a big band, the instrumental came first, and then came the singer and went out with the big band. And there is a section of that instrumental where the drummer is doing really basically what is a percussion thing, the kind of offbeat kind of thing, and it's like, wait a minute, all of a sudden Stan Kenton there, it was like it was really interesting when they first heard it, because I was really into swing music at the time, and I just, it was one of the things that I first noticed about the instrumental section of the song. And what cracked me up is that about the whole Ed Sullivan thing, he was so worried about the drug thing. He did not even get that the whole song was about, come on, baby, have sex with me or we're done.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like, okay, not worried about that part in uptight 60s adults,
Yeah.
but you're worried more about that they're token up, you know?
At the age that I was when that song came out, I know I've said this before in a couple of the other songs where I didn't really understand what the lyrics necessarily meant. I was hooked into, you know, the melody, the the entire production. I actually could sing along to those things even though I didn't know what they were talking about, but I didn't like analyze it and go, like, what are they saying or what does this mean? I didn't care. I just loved the whole it was an experience to listen to this music. It really was. It was like so much of this that we're listening to, that saying about the soundtrack of my life. It really is. That's why this is such a joy to be participate in. It's just great.
And David, the organ, was that a Farfisa?
That's what I think it was.
Yeah. I mean, it was such an iconic sound at the time.
I have that stop on my synthesizer. You have to have a Farfisa sound.
Ah,
That and B3.
okay.
Um, I was reading a lot of the comments. They call this the greatest rock jam ever, or the greatest rock solo. I mean, that's why I played the whole thing, because this wasn't. You had excellence in the vocal, excellence on the guitar, excellence on the keyboard, and the drummer was adding a lot and echoing and integrating. I mean, there was just such a unified sound. Um,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
yeah.
I am a drummer and I used to put on cans, the headphones and play to these songs, and it was such a pleasure to play to this song because that guy, he added he had restraint. He knew sometimes just to stick with it, he didn't try to overshadow anything. But he had times when he had to do certain accents and knew to do the accents that really kept the song going even keel, except that he was able to just do these accents and not interrupt the whole overall feeling of that song. I just I found it amazing.
There was also a kind of an element, reminiscent of Ravel's Bolero, where you
Mhm.
have a
Yes.
lot of same stuff happening, but with different colors. you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
instruments taking over and such, and then just one another and building.
Yeah, the hypnotic feature, because
Right.
like that's part of Bolero is that it is very hypnotic, and this had that. It's just that we're talking about keeping your interest. It's like, how could you turn the radio off? You didn't, and I knew you'd hate when I stop it, but uh
Yeah.
and this is the only one I'm going to play 7 minutes, but it was a 7 minute hit. It just defied all, uh, all good. In fact, after that, there were other long playing hits. Before that, I think this may have been the first one, but
Oh.
um, yeah, it was really interesting reading all the comments to all these videos. Uh, Light My Fire was, of course, their biggest hit. And then if I pick one song to reflect the 60s, this might be it. Because to me, this was the pinnacle of the vibe of the 60s. We'll go to a second one. Um, I had about three or four other songs that people recommended. I didn't find enough of the song craft to be and also some of the records then were shorter. Like you're going to hear, one of them is only about 2.5 minutes long, and then another one I just could get a clip. I could not find something I could download except for the clip. So, but we'll take a look. So let's see what I have here. Um, and believe me, I have not been able to get this one out of my head. We talk about hooks. Well, this one has a hook, and it's just called Touch Me. It's very, it could be more universal than that as a concept.